I can't even keep a fucking job. I work jobs with these motherfucking Mexicans, right? And I can never keep a job working with these fucking Mexicans. They always fire me. It's good, man. They always fire me for no reason, quote unquote, no reason. But it's a reason why these Mexican motherfuckers always fire me. You know, I'll work a job with Mexicans. This has happened to me. This has happened with me at several jobs. I'll work a job with Mexicans. The Mexicans are managers and shit. Mexican men specifically, and after my first or second day, I'll get fired out of the blue. And these are like general labor jobs, easy ass jobs. Making boxes, palletizing, stacking boxes, simple basic shit. So it's not hard work, and I'm a good worker. I work up to speed. I work efficiently. So whenever I get fired, I know damn well for sure it's not because I get fired for a bad quality of work. It's definitely not because I'm a bad worker. So whenever I get fired, I know with Mexicans especially. I know it's something race related. And this happened to me a couple weeks ago, man. I had a $17 an hour gig, doing some bullshit work, easy work. And after my second day, I got fired. And they didn't even give me a reason why I got fired, if I got fired because I wasn't working good, they would have told me like, oh, hey, you gotta speed it up. If someone's working so and if someone's working so badly or working so slowly or working in such a bad manner, usually the managers would tell you, hey, you're not working good, or give you a heads up, hey, you need to do a little better here. You need to do a little better here, you need to speed up your work or something. Usually that would happen, but you know, so I know I don't get fired from these jobs from working in a bad manner. I'm a good worker, but I know myself, like 6'3", athletic build, basketball built. I'm a handsome, dark skinned black man. So these Mexican motherfuckers, these Mexican men in particular, these Mexican men who are managers at the jobs I work, they view a black man like me as a sexual threat. They view black men like me as a sexual threat. You know, and other races of men, and in this specific instance, Mexican men, especially, like if you ever been around Mexicans, you know about their culture. Mexican men do not like their women fucking with black men. Mexican men hate their women fucking with black men. Mexican men train their women to stay away from black men, and that's just how their culture is. A lot of them are very anti-black American male, and if you grew up around Mexicans or you encounter Mexicans, you'll know that they view black men, Mexican men in particular, view black men as a sexual threat. And a black man like me, I'm sexually attractive, undeniably sexually attractive. I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but it is what it is. I'm a good looking dude. So I always get fired from these jobs with Mexicans because they fear a black man like me sleeping with their women. So they know, hey, we gotta get this tall, handsome black man the fuck away from our women. So they always fire me, And the job that I had, a lot of the Mexican women were attractive, nice bodies and everything. It was some attractive Mexican women working at my last job. And that Mexican manager, he was a Mexican guy. He made sure to fire my black ass after the second day because he knew If I'm working there too long, he probably thought if I worked there too long, I'll get acquainted with the Mexican women. The attractive Mexican women will start liking me, and I'm gonna get them the Mexican draws. And Mexican men hate even the idea of a black man fucking their women. And yeah, a lot of these other races of women, they love black men. Black men they're more attracted to black men. These other races of women, Mexican women in particular, they're more attracted to black men than they are Mexican men. When you see the average Mexican man, they're short, stubby, little chubby. Mexican men in my city, like most of them are fat, chubby, out of shape, short. And most Mexican women are probably more sexually attracted to black men than they are Mexican men. You know, but these Mexican women, a lot of them are they grew up in a racist culture. They grew up in an anti-black male culture. Mexican men, they train their women to stay away from black men. So a lot of these Mexican women, even though they're sexually attracted to black men, a lot of them are afraid to fuck with a black man. If a lot of these Mexican women are seen with a black man in public and other race, and their culture sees them with a black man in public, they'll get in trouble. They'll be looked down upon. They'll be looked at funny by their cultural group. But they're still attracted to us. They just need to, these other races of women, they just need to oh, what's good, Zachy? What's good, Zachy? These Mexican women and other races of women in general, they just need an excuse to fuck with black men. You know, they just need an excuse to fuck with black men. And what do I mean by an excuse? Like, if a black man is hardworking, works, makes a decent amount of money, that's an excuse for a Mexican woman to fuck with a black guy. If a black guy has a lot of money, you know, that's an excuse to fuck with a black guy. No culture can frown upon a black man who has his shit together and making a decent amount of money. So a lot of these Mexican women, they'll fuck with that type of black guy. You just have to give them an excuse for them to fuck with you. And you guys have to understand the times that we're living in. This society, we're living in the end times. It's undeniable. Like biblical prophecy of the end times is happening right in front of our eyes. There's war in Israel, war in Afghanistan, rumors of war everywhere. In the Bible it says during the end times there'll be rumors of war. There's rumors of war everywhere. Rumors of war in Russia, China, United States, Israel. Come on, Israel. Israel. Jesus was from Israel. You know, Israel's having like some hard times. I think Israel is having war with like Syria or what's happening over there. Israel is the homeland, the biblical homeland. So we're living in the end times. If Israel is at war, we're living in the end times. Other things that show signs of us living in the end times is it states in the Bible that there'll be like besides rumors of war, there'll be, what do you call it? Like diseases, diseases like COVID, you know, in the end times in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, it gives us signs of the end times. It says like rumors of war, diseases, one of the diseases that's affecting the whole world right now is COVID, you know. It also says in the Bible during the end times, time is going to go by faster. These days we're going by fast as hell. One day feels like it's 12 hours. One day nowadays feels like it's cut in half. Literally, like these days go by so fast that I don't even have time to run certain errands. Like by the time it hits 2 o'clock, the day is basically over. Like these days we're going by quick, very quickly. In the Bible it says like during the end times, time is going to speed up. Time is definitely speeding up. And we're definitely living in the end time. So, and another sign that we're living in the end times is the fall of the United States. The United States is collapsing. The United States is collapsing. COVID, spread across the country. COVID spread across the country. With COVID, a lot of businesses shut down. With COVID, a lot of people can't go outside with COVID. A lot of people who are at risk for contracting COVID, obese people and healthy people, people with diabetes, people with specific illnesses. They can't just be, people with all these illnesses can't just be out and about roaming around the city nowadays because of COVID. They can contract COVID and potentially die from COVID. So they have to stay inside and be safe so they won't catch COVID. So with less people in public places, in fear of catching COVID, less people are out and about buying clothes. Less people are out and about buying fast food. Less people are out and about shopping at their favorite stores. A lot of people are at home. A lot of people are jobless now because of COVID. So the economy is definitely taking a big hit because of this COVID shit. And the United States is ran off of our money, our economy. And if the economy falls, then America falls. America is based off of capitalism. America is based off of capitalism. So if people are spending less money, people are making less money because they're out of work because of COVID, then that just basically means that society is collapsing. And come on, like the first week of the year in January, the first week of the year, literally the first week of January, earlier in this year, 2021, the damn I forgot what they call it. I don't know if they call it Capitol Hill. One of the government buildings, in Washington, D.C. got stormed by a whole lot of Trump supporters. It was all over the news, and that's another sign that the United States is falling. Like, you would never thought, in normal times in this nation that the Capitol Hill building would have got stormed and tore up, and a fiasco like that would happen, But man, this society is getting very dysfunctional. And it's because we're living in the end times, you know. If United States is falling, that's a sign of the end times. The United States historically has been the number one oppressor of the biblical Israelites. The United States has been the number one oppressor of the biblical Israelites. You know, the biblical Israelites are black people of West African descent. The United States enslaved us, black people of West African descent, the Israelites, for hundreds of years. So, the United States falling is a big sign of the end times, you know. So, man, we're definitely living in the end times. And during the end times, a certain group of people are supposed to uprise, you know. During the end times, a certain group of people are supposed to uprise. During the end times, the biblical Israelites, you know, the real bloodline Israelites, black people, we're supposed to uprise and take back our number one position over the earth. So the black man, we're supposed to uprise, and the signs are all around us. You know, this is our time. So what do you think is going to happen, you know, when black men uprise? You know, once black men get back to our position, our powerful position, women of all races and ethnicities and nationalities are going to choose up on us. You know, women like men with power. Women like men with power, and they're like masculine men. Black men, we already are the most masculine men. You know, black men, we are the epitome of masculinity. You know, we're the most athletic. We have darker skin. Darker skin is a symbol of masculinity. We're stronger. We're faster. You know, black men are the epitome of masculinity. Specifically, American black men, we are the epitome of masculinity. That's why all these other races of men, they train their women to hate on us because they know we're the epitome of masculinity. These other races of men, they know they're women like us. So black men, we're supposed to uprise. We're supposed to get back in power. So we have the power on our side, and we have the masculinity on our side. So we're going. Once the Israelites get back to our top position, black men, we're going to be the most masculine and the most powerful. So all these women are going to gravitate towards us because we're going to be the most powerful and the most masculine. So that's why these other races of men, they're really afraid. They're afraid. You know, these other races of men, they're afraid because they know what times we're living in. These other races aren't stupid. These other races read the Bible. They're not clueless. They know who black people are. These other races, these other ethnicities, these other nationalities of people, they know who the black man is. They know black men, we're the God's chosen people. They know we're the Israelites, the bloodline Israelites. And they know we're soon, they know we're living in the end times. And they in the end times, people know that the black man, we're supposed to rise up again and take our position. And these other races of men, they're not stupid. They know that once we get to that position, all these races of women are going to bow down to the American black man's feet. And all these women, other races of women, once these other races of women, once this society collapses, once American society collapses, you know, the white power structure collapses and fails officially, that will give all races of women an excuse to fuck with the black man. And these other races of men, they know this society's collapsing and they fear that shit tremendously because they know this society collapsing will give their women an excuse to fuck with us. Everything is coming back to the black man during these end times. Everything is coming back to the black man in these end times. And you guys should gotta wait out and see. You guys gonna witness it. These other races of women, a lot of them, the only reason they don't fuck with black guys is because they're scared to. These other races of women, these other races of men, probably threaten their women to not fuck with black guys. Oh Becky, if I ever see you, oh Becky, if I ever see you with a black guy, oh man, I'll bash your face in. So a lot of these other races of women are scared to fuck with black guys. But are these other races of men, they tell their women bad stereotypes about black men to their women. So the women won't fuck with us. Oh, black men are poor, black men are lazy. But once society collapses, we all finna be poor. You feel me? So these women are just gonna fuck with who they wanna fuck with. You know, and a lot of these women, most of these women, secretly wanna fuck with black guys, but they know they can't because they're races of men. And it's really rooted in that fucking white power structure. The white power structure that rules the nation, that rules the culture, tells their women to not fuck with black men. You know, but once this white power structure collapses, these other races of women no longer will feel like they have to abide by that white power structure to view the black man as their enemy and to not speak to the black man or whatever. You know, these other races of women, they're already more sexually attracted to us black men than they are these other races of men. But the only thing that's keeping them from us is that white power structure, you know. And once that white power structure fully collapses, these other races of women are no longer going to feel like they have to abide by their race of men, and they're just going to be fucking black men. Black men, we finna take over, and this decade is finna be very interesting. This decade is finna be very interesting, and my spirit just tells me that my spirit is telling me that this is the last decade of the white power structure being in rule. You know, we're living in the end times. The signs are everywhere, man. The Israelite black man is on the uprise, and this is the last decade. The black man is finna rise, and everything is finna just come back to us. But I'll be walking around, I'll be out in public, man. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these Latino women, a lot of these Mexican women in my city, they be looking good as fuck. They be having nice bodies, feminine energy, and I could just sense that they like black guys. I could just sense that a lot of these Mexican women, they love black men, but they have to suppress that shit. But as these years go by, I'm getting more and more choosing signals from these Mexican women. As society collapses more and more and more, I'm getting more choosing signals from these Mexican women, these Arab women, because they know that this society is collapsing. They see the atmosphere, they feel the atmosphere. Women, they know the atmosphere. Naturally, evolutionary women have a third eye or sixth sense of the type of environment they're living in. They see that the environment is collapsing, and the environment, the white power structure, society collapses more and more, these women are going to start to gravitate towards black men. You know, I'm gonna say by the year 2023, All these hoes of our race is gonna be on a black man's dick so fucking hard. I'm just telling y'all, man. It's real. But all right, y'all.